I just got back from ASUS headquarters where I got hands-on time with one of ASUS's new 32-inch 4K glossy WOLED monitors, the XG32UCWG, and let me tell you, if what I saw in person is what we get when they launch, ASUS has officially won. It looks incredible. Now, there are actually two variants launching later this year, a 240Hz and a 165Hz option that will also offer 480 and 330Hz modes at 1080p if you'd rather go down in resolution, and the one I got to see was the 4K 165Hz variant. Simon from TFT, Vincent from HDTV Test, and I all looked extremely closely to see if there was any grain or other imperfections on this new model, and I'm happy to say that even against a white background, we saw absolutely no signs of haze or grain. In fact, I'll go as far as to say this is the clearest image I've seen out of an OLED thus far, and fixes all of the issues with previous matte or even semi-gloss versions that they've made over the last couple of years. When comparing it to the matte WOLED and QD-OLED options next to it, it was a huge improvement and seemed to have all the best qualities of both. It had better clarity than both the matte WOLED and glossy QD-OLED, but it even had better black levels and ambient light handling than the matte monitor. What this means is finally you can get the clarity offered by a glossy QD-OLED, but without losing massive contrast when ambient light hits the screen, a huge issue for QD-OLEDs that turn purple or gray when they do get hit by any light. Nope, this monitor, despite using an MLA panel still, has such great ambient light handling that it looks more like an LG C-Series TV, a feat that no other monitor has been able to achieve until now. Pair this with the new RGWB subpixel layout and superior brightness offered by WOLED, and I truly believe this is going to be the best monitor money can buy for at least most people in 2025, though do be aware you will be giving up a bit of color performance in HDR versus QD-OLED if you can put that in a dark room. But still, it just looks incredible, and I think for most people in rooms that have some light leaking in, this might be your better choice. I mean, just take a look at the near perfect contrast on this display here versus the QD-OLED on the left. It's just a night and day difference. Now, I will say, out of the three, it has the most obvious reflections, so for some this may be more distracting, but I'd say it's a compromise well worth taking to get the much better contrast and clarity than anything else on the market. It's just beautiful. But at this point, you might be wondering about the price and the release date, so here's what I heard. Apparently, it's going to be August of this year for both the 240Hz and 165Hz options. And in terms of a price, the 165Hz option will come in at a staggeringly, I don't want to say low because these monitors are expensive, but low considering what you're getting, $799, and for the 240Hz variant, it should be $949. And I'll be honest with you guys, yes, for a monitor, if you aren't used to spending a lot of money on monitors, that might sound expensive, but I would consider these an absolute steal. Many OLED monitors are in excess of $1,000, and again, I think these could be the best OLED monitors money can buy for most people who can't totally control the lighting in their rooms. And I can't wait to get my hands on these things to do full reviews. I've already confirmed I will be getting them, so if you're not subscribed already, you might want to do so I can update you on everything else happening at Computex this year, as well as get you those full reviews, the 240Hz and 165Hz glossy true black OLED monitors, which, by the way, if I didn't mention in this video, ASUS worked apparently hand in hand with LG to develop these new monitors with this new coating that's going to have much better ambient light handling, and it sounds like nobody else is going to have access to this, at least for a little bit, although we'll have to wait and see if that turns out to be true. And that doesn't mean that there won't be more glossy WOLEDs in the future, because I've heard that there will be. And so again, make sure you're subscribed so I can update you on the other glossy WOLEDs, including potentially 4-layered designs with improved color.